Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with SimplerOptions.com, and in tonight's free video, I wanted to share an idea with you that has really helped me in the long run, and it's something that I think the sooner you get your head around, the sooner trend trading will be for you. When you consider these moving averages, or let's just start with the squeeze. Squeeze is one of the most helpful signals I have ever used, and it's licensed in Thinkorswim. So if you're a Thinkorswim client, go into your studies and you can find John Carter's squeeze, and it's something that I've found to be very helpful. Okay, we start by anchoring ourselves there and know that because of this signal, we think a big move is coming in the stock price. Then you break down to a very basic study of moving averages. So the way that I like to use moving averages is to think in terms of the Fibonacci sequence. So you can start, with 1 and 1, but of course we won't use those values. I start to think about it more when you get into values like 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, etc. And you can decide how aggressive you would like to be by which moving average that you use. So if you're more conservative, you may want to buy back in this area. If you're a little more aggressive, then you focus on the shorter term moving averages and try to follow price in that way. I point that out because if you can see how with ISRG, sure, there was some back and forth and ebb and flow to that squeeze, but it holds the moving averages that I was comfortable with, and it gives you an excellent pop to the long side. I point that out because I know there was some people that were trading Visa, and the comments that I read about it were getting shaken out or it didn't work. And really at the end of the day, the thing you have to practice the most, and this happens a lot in trading, is just being patient, because all throughout this entire squeeze you can see that price was never able to close below this general wave of bullish momentum. And in that wave you can say, all right, I'm basing my decisions on a daily closing basis. You have every reason to stay in the trade for the resolution of the signal, and then here you are at new lifetime highs. So if you can stick to the plan in that way, that's a way that you can make that squeeze pattern work for you. And a fresh one to look at is going to be VRTX. So I give you those two examples so you can kind of think of it from patterns that have already fulfilled their objective that were discussed last week, and then you can come in and look at something like this, where the symmetrical pullback is still holding against 169, and this is kind of the foundation of the setup. Then from this area, you start to develop a squeeze, you hold those moving averages in the same way, and this is one that I'll be looking to resolve into the upside as we get into the next couple of weeks. There will be a couple different ways to play it, and if you'd like a little bit more information on that, we've got a class going on this weekend that I think you will find very beneficial. So Danielle called a lot of great trades for me this week. I think if you're looking to take these patterns and really maximize them with options, it's just an excellent person to learn from. So the class is going to be getting started on Saturday. That's going to be this coming at the 25th from 12 to 4. It'll also include some live trading with John Carter, the creator of that signal that I have found to be so extremely helpful. And if that is something you think you'd be interested in, I'd love to have you there. So have a great rest of your weekend. We'll recap VRTX as we get into next week and take it from there.